May I now request another, business leader, corporate expert who has been working for decades in this sector, Dr. Ashok Kumar, to kindly, the Vice Chairman of Greenscape Eco Management, to kindly make a quick, short remarks.
Good evening, friends, and Honorable Dr. Rajiv Kumar. It has been our pleasure to be with the dignitaries like Rajiv Kumarji. And I would like to take only 5 to 7 minutes, and it will be very precise. And I will share what we have seen in the last 1.5 decade as far as the circular economy is concerned on the e-waste. So I was also involved with the Ministry of Electronics and IT, and we have been taking the e-waste to the next level. So I would like to discuss few things which is very useful for the listeners, and I will take the slides. You are able to see the slides on the screen?
We can see, sir. Please go
on. You see that what is e-waste? It's really to synonym of e-waste. And you must have seen that all the people have experienced a time where you have multiple dysfunctional gadgets like phone, tablets, washing machines, refrigerators, and air conditioners. And there is no place to keep these assets. So therefore, these have to be recycled. And on the global side, heavy technology is being used. So the e-waste is generating in huge quantity on daily basis. And on the world scenario, the 7.5 kg per capita e-waste is generated every year. So this is the waste which has to be handled and taken care. The 21st century has seen a sharp increase in carbon dioxide emissions, which has touched 35 billion tons in 2020. COVID has helped in a way of reducing the carbon emissions by 6.4% annually. The trend, however, is rising, and we must register the ever-growing damage done to the planet. The e-waste, people say whether it is a treasure or a trash, but according to the information what I have, the waste is a resource. And you will see from the this slide that e-waste, which is an urban mine and has to happen through the circular economy, the commodities found in the e-waste are numerous. The plastic, 27%. The metals are 52%. The glass and others are 21%. And the source of e-waste is just shown that the consumer durables and IT electronics itself. If we add medical equipments, that will go very, very big way. The e-waste is growing on everyday basis, and you will see that the global e-waste generation in million metric tons is around 53 million tons. And India is the third largest e-waste generator, and it is going more on daily basis and on yearly basis. The e-waste generation in India is going up, and e-waste generated in India is about 2 million, which will touch very shortly to the extent of 3 million. E-waste is estimated to be on yearly basis is growing with 14% globally. And the most important thing which I would like to discuss in this slide is that we can see how our natural resources are depleting on year-to-year basis, because the human consumption of electronic and other metals are going up. And therefore, we have to control and recycle the electronic waste. The natural consumption of our natural resources is going up from 1.2 billion metric tons, that's for India, to 14.2 billion tons by 2030. So you can imagine that how much pressure is on our earth. So we have to take care of the recycling in every way. We don't have planets other than earth at this moment where we are staying. And we have to think circular. And you will be happy to note that under the chairmanship of Rajiv Kumarji, the Niti Aayog has already executed one committee on the circular economy, which has already submitted the report, and the Ministry of Electronics and IT has already put on their website, which is a very, very interesting report, and which will help the general people, the recyclers, the producers, and also the refurbishers to understand what is going to happen in the next decade. So therefore, we have to adopt these policies like 6R. We have to reuse, regenerate, and also refurbish, so that the end of life concept is taken care. And I would like to just discuss about the e-waste legislation, how it has happened in the last 20 years. The e-waste was started as a policy in 2008, and it has grown to 2016 and 7, and it has matured in 2016 and 17, and the legislation has taken care for increasing the recycling of electronic waste. In 2021, as I have mentioned, the Niti Aayog has initiated the policy paper on collaboration with MeitY to formulate a plan for action for the implementation of circular economy principles in e-waste sector, which will help a lot of informal sector to come together to recycle these products. So I will also just like to talk about how the linear to circular we can go, and what is linear economy and what is the circular economy. So in linear economy, you will see that it is only take, make, and send it back to the landfill, which is also disturbing this planet. And as far as the circular economy is concerned, you take the things from the earth, you make it, you produce it, you distribute it, you use it, you repair it, reuse it, and recycle and send it back to the earth, so that it is not destroyed. So the circular economy is the only answer for the next generation. So we have to have a lot of compliances to be taken care by various stakeholders like producers, manufacturers, recyclers, so that they can send their e-waste properly collected, properly recycled, and that's the way we have to proceed. So because of the very short time given to me for 5 minutes, so I have taken care of the various things in a very compact manner. So it is very, very good that we have to go to the next level of circular economy. The shift has to be there from the linear end of life and destructive approach for restoration and regeneration of material. Extracting secondary raw material is very important. We have to extract the secondary material out of the electronic waste. And the CE approach is absolutely correct, that the e-waste sector must promote reduction, minimization, and environmental impact and enhanced life cycle of EEE products. Promotion of green manufacturing in EEE manufacturing products using secondary raw materials will reduce carbon dioxide emissions and protect Earth's biosphere. Boost existing recycling sector, ensure job creation, enrollment in the technology, advancement of technology, bring the artificial intelligence in the recycling sector. These are the things which has to be done in the next decade as far as the commitment of this Environment Day is concerned. So we have to reduce the pollution, which is going to be reduced by way of recycling and adopting the circular economy. So I can stop here, and I'm very grateful to Dr. Rajiv Kumar has given us this presentation to be given to the world, so that the environment can take care, and we can also commit for the recycling of each and every product, whether it is electronic waste, whether it is plastic, whether it is tire, whether it is other products like lead acid batteries, and now the lithium-ion batteries, which is going to be huge quantity in the future. And the lithium-ion batteries has also, the committee has been formed to take care that what is happening in the next 10 years once the ACC cells are coming into the production in India under the Atmanirbhar. And we always commit for this Atmanirbhar for the recycling of each and every material, and we are doing it our best. Thank you very much, sir.